Hey guys, welcome back. This is Tarun again, welcoming you back to my gym. Now we haven't done any videos, my live videos wherein I'm pretty much in the same room talking about stuff that I want to share with you. So I thought it'd be an interesting idea for me to actually hit the gym. I'm not going to show you exercise because there's a different series that I do every week for you. We've covered like back, we've covered chest. In this video, I want to share something very interesting in a way, because I get a lot of questions from people asking me that, Tarun, and I'll tell you, this has been my problem as well, which is I'm a nighttime eater, and this is that part of the evening, when obviously you're hungry. I'm talking about, when you're dead, you pooped through the day. When I say pooped, I mean tired, not the other pooped. And you haven't eaten anything, you've only had your dinner then, because people take pride in saying that, hey, I've skipped my meal, I only have a heavy dinner, which is also a bad thing. We've talked about it. So in this video, I want to talk about few things that you can have before bed, or before going to bed, which can help you relax. Because the idea for you eating before bed is not only it relaxes you, but it also helps you with sound sleep. So what are those food items? What should you be having for that sound sleep? Because what you may have done through the day is you may have ran on these treadmills, or you may have done some weight training or the other. Now it's time for you to relax, because remember, when you relax, that's the only time your body grows. So what are those things? Number one, chamomile tea. Guys, this is one tea which has really helped me a lot. I never go by these fads and trends of what's going around in the world, because I believe they're just fads. Somebody talks about green tea, somebody talks about chamomile tea, but chamomile tea has actually worked for me for a fact that it has no caffeine. Two, it really soothes you down for a fact that when you have it, there is this sense of calmness, if that's a word, kind of creeps in, which kind of helps me, because I'm a workaholic, guys. I make videos for you I make videos for you every day, uploading it, editing it. There's so much work. Plus I also do a lot of personal trainings, guys. Remember, I'm also going to be making you meet people I train, and they're really cool guys, in terms of their goals, or how we've been working towards that goal. So I'm going to be making you that. Plus, I usually have very long days. So chamomile tea really helps. Number two thing that I've really found interesting and I've added in my toolkit is casein protein. Casein protein is milk protein. Obviously, I've told you, I've talked about it, you should not have milk before going to sleep, for a simple fact, because it has lactose, which is not good for your abdominal fat, because it leads to a lot of abdominal fat. So instead of that, have casein protein. And casein protein is something which is available everywhere. It'll only cost you 3 to 4 grams and it'll last you for a month. It's a bedtime protein, because, and remember, back in the days, old school, a lot of people I still feel, they have this habit of having milk before going to bed. My wife has this crazy habit of having milk before going to sleep. It's just the way it is. Some people love it, some people don't. But if you're gunning for that aesthetic look, you should not have casein protein, which will help. Number three, which I feel is also very good, it can help you, and especially can curb your hunger pangs. You can't have coffee. Have like a 2-3 slices of apple, because I feel I usually get sugar cravings in the night, because especially when you're dieting down, when you're not eating too much of sugar, you're trying to maintain lean body fat. Plus I don't smoke or drink, so I have a biggest problem having a sweet tooth. So having apple 2 to 3 slices before going off to sleep takes care of my sugar cravings. And guys, I'll tell you what has happened with me is that I never keep chocolates in my house. The reason being, I'm like a good boy all through the day. It happens to everybody. And suddenly in the night, I'm a different guy. And I know I hear this so many times from people that, it just happens that in the night, they give in to situation. They give up on their dietary habits. They're different people altogether. The animal instincts kind of come into action, which is not a good thing, because you got to be consistent all through the day, especially night, guys. So these are some of the 3 things that I would ask you to have. A, chamomile tea. 2, casein protein. When I say casein protein, I'm also talking about women having casein protein. You know, women can have casein. Plus, you can, if you have those sugar cravings, you know, have a apple. You know, apple is really going to help you with your sweet tooth. You know, guys. Remember, whatever we do all through the day, it boils down to those 6 to 8 hours in the night what we eat. Don't be a victim of that. And I say this for myself too, that, you know, don't have chocolates in your house, don't keep sweet stuff in the house, because chances are it's like having a gun. Though it's for your safety, but eventually you will shoot somebody. And chocolate is something, if you have it in your house, somebody will end up eating it. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but if you are aesthetically want to stay lean, you don't want to. So I hope these 3 tips come in handy to you. You try to incorporate this into your daily lifestyle. Anyone of you who have any questions around this, feel free to reach out to me either on my YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I'll be very happy to help you with your goals. So until we meet again, peace.